I love you more.
Dramatic. A full-circle victory, more than a decade in the making. Back in 2010, a teenage Bieber with floppy hair and unstoppable momentum first captured the award when it was still known as favorite pop/rock male artist. At the time, few could have predicted the wild ride ahead. Fame hit him like a tidal wave. Stadium tours, screaming fans, chart-smashing singles, controversies, reinventions, heartbreak, disappearances, and comebacks all followed in rapid succession. Yet somehow, through every era, the music kept finding its audience. This latest one carries extra weight because it arrives during one of the most closely watched periods of Bieber's career. Over the past few years, fans have worried about his health, his future in music, and whether the superstar would ever fully return to the spotlight after stepping away from touring in 2022 due to Ramsay-Hunt syndrome. For a while, everything felt uncertain. The condition, which partially paralyzed one side of his face, forced Bieber to cancel performances and retreat from public life. Social media filled with speculation. Headlines questioned whether one of pop music's biggest names had quietly entered a permanent hiatus. But if Monday night proved anything, it's that Justin Bieber isn't finished writing his story. In fact, it may only be entering a new phase. The victory comes just weeks after Bieber stunned fans with his massive concert on stage. By the end of the night, nobody was asking questions anymore. Clips from the performance spread across social media at lightning speed. Fans praised his vocals, his confidence, and the emotional intensity that seemed to pour out of every lyric. For many longtime supporters, it felt less like a comeback and more like a resurrection. Now, with this record-breaking AMA win added to the momentum, Bieber's return suddenly feels very real. The numbers alone are staggering. The award pushes his career total to 19 American Music Awards, tying him with legendary country icon Kenny Rogers for the second most AMA victories ever earned by a male artist. Only Michael Jackson remains ahead with 24 wins, a statistic that places Bieber in extraordinarily rare company. That comparison alone says everything about the scale of his career. For years, critics questioned whether Bieber's fame would survive beyond teenage hysteria. Yet decade after decade, he continues evolving while younger artists rise and fall around him. Few musicians manage to stay culturally relevant for this long, especially after beginning their careers as child stars. But Bieber has somehow mastered reinvention. From bubblegum pop beginnings to darker R&B-inspired projects and emotionally vulnerable albums, his musical identity has constantly shifted without completely losing the core connection fans feel toward him. That balancing act is incredibly difficult in an industry obsessed with trends. This year, Bieber entered the AMAs with 4 nominations, including Artist of the Year and Album of the Year for Swag, the project many fans consider one of his most personal records yet. The album showcased a more reflective side of the singer, weaving themes of growth, pressure, love, fame, and survival into its sound. Even listeners who once dismissed him seemed to pay attention this time. Industry insiders have noted that Bieber's recent work carries a different emotional texture than his earlier releases. There's less desperation to prove himself and more willingness to simply exist as an artist shaped by experience. That maturity may be exactly what's fueling this current wave of renewed respect. Still, Monday night wasn't only about Bieber. The American Music Awards also celebrated several other major stars dominating today's music landscape. BTS took home the coveted Artist of the Year trophy, once again demonstrating the group's extraordinary global influence and the unstoppable power of their fanbase. Meanwhile, Sabrina Carpenter secured Album of the Year, another huge moment for the singer who has rapidly transformed into one of pop's brightest forces. Even among such huge victories, Bieber's record-setting moment remained one of the evening's biggest talking points. Social media erupted almost instantly after the announcement. Fans celebrated the milestone with throwback videos, emotional tributes, and messages reflecting on how long Bieber has been part of their lives. Some admitted they grew up alongside him, measuring phases of their own lives through his music releases. That's the strange magic surrounding Bieber's career. His journey has always felt unusually personal to millions of people watching from afar. Every triumph feels collective. Every setback feels public. Every return feels emotional. And perhaps that's why this AMA victory resonated so strongly. It wasn't simply about winning another trophy. It was about survival, longevity, reinvention, It was about standing under the spotlight after years of uncertainty and hearing the crowd roar anyway. As the night came to an end in Las Vegas, Bieber's future suddenly looked brighter than it has in years. Rumors are already swirling about new music, possible performances, and whether a full-scale world tour could eventually return to the table. Nothing has been confirmed yet, but one thing became crystal clear Monday night. Justin Bieber may have broken another record, but he also reminded the world of something even bigger. Pop stars come and go, trends fade, headlines disappear into the void, but true cultural phenomena rarely stay silent forever.